Hey guys, and welcome to MaxPlay, episode 2 of my Star Wars The Force Unleashed journey, which is actually like episode 7, because I had some problems. Because the first time, well, I already did this, and apparently, one second, I gotta adjust my mic. There we go, and apparently the footage, I guess, it wouldn't work. Like with my editing software, I just popped it in there and I'm like, alright, gotta toss the audio on this, and I'll just render it out and release it. And I should have released it today on October the 30th, but instead I'm just gonna wait till next week and fucking release it next Wednesday, because I'm going on Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. But I had no idea why it won't work, and that didn't do anything. I had no idea why it won't work, because everything else I tossed in there did. Like, I was like, oh god, my fucking editing software, Sony Vegas, I thought it had broken. I'm like, oh god, how am I supposed to do anything with broken software? Nope, it was pretty much just that footage. Because I tossed in like episode 3 and I put in episode 4 and I'm like, why do these all work? So, I think Monday night, I spent maybe 5 hours just trying like everything I knew how to try and get that to work. And each time it was like, Sony Vegas is not responding. We'll have to close out the program. We're sorry for the inconvenience. Please try again later. I'm like, I don't want you. Why can't you fix this? And I kept doing it over and over again. And then I eventually found out the footage was a problem. And I'm like, I'm going to have to redo this. And I'm redoing it. So if you see, I already have like all the powers and stuff that you don't get to later missions, but that's just because I'm pretty much replaying it, because I have no idea what went wrong. It hasn't happened before, but anyway, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I really hope that I didn't make any references to this, because I make references to practically everything. So if I make references to a previous MaxPlay and you don't understand it, it's probably because it's the one that I did and it didn't ever come out. So that's pretty much my problems. If I say anything that doesn't make sense in the next 4 episodes, because I've already got through episode 6 done, if I say anything that doesn't make sense, just guess that it's from this. Sometimes I just say things that don't make any sense at all, so just be prepared for it and don't be like, hey, why is he saying those things? Like, it's just because I don't know what happened, it messed up, and I messed up. But don't worry, here we go. We're back. We have episode 2. We're gonna do it over again. It's weird because I've already pretty much beaten the game, and now I'm going back to episode 2, so it's so I have a lot less. Fuck me. What the fuck was that? I have a lot less to talk about. And like right there, I just did the fucking dashing slash, and I was just, god damn it, I don't really want to talk about anything because you won't get it. You won't get it because episode 6 hasn't come out, where I went on a fucking rant about my dashing slash. And now I didn't know how I wasn't able to do it, but then I realized that I just hadn't unlocked it yet, and now I'm running around doing it all the time, and I'm about to do it again, because it's pretty much one of the best things in the game, along with lightning. But it's just like, it upsets me that all the work I did was just gone to shit. And then, I mean, the audio works fine, but there's not much you can do with audio if the fucking footage doesn't work. So we'll see how this one goes. I'm not sure, because already I feel like I'm kind of just rushing through it, because I just want to get it done, because I have 4 other ones that I need to do this one first if I'm ever going to put them out. But we'll see what we can do. I guess I'll analyze one of these guys for you. I didn't do that last time, so look, you're already getting a fucking extra treat. Not this fucker. He just has a big fucking gun. But we'll find one of those little guys, the Rhodian Rippers, and I'll fucking pick him up and we'll see what he has. But I always feel bad on this level because of the Jawas. Like, look at them. They're so little and small. I mean, I don't want to kill them, but they like shoot their little fire blaster things at me, and I'm like, well, I guess it's your fault. But you know, I can't help it. I just feel that way about small critters. Like, I found the millipede in my shower this morning, and I'm like, I turned the shower on because I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know it was a bug because it wasn't moving at all. And I was like, oh, when I got in the shower, I'm like, oh, that's a millipede. And I was like fucking drowning it, and I felt like an asshole. And I'm like, what am I gonna do here? I'm not gonna fucking pick it up. And it's just like, it was just all squirming around and shit. And I'm like, oh, I feel really bad about this. So I just tossed him in the toilet instead. But, you know, gotta give him a quick death and shit. And but I still felt bad because, I mean, he was just kind of chilling there. But, I mean, he was in my shower. What was I supposed to do? I wasn't just gonna let him hang out there because I wasn't gonna drown him. But, I mean, you do what you gotta do, even if it makes you feel horrible and awful. Like, I'm not sure how well this MaxPlay is gonna go because I just made myself sad by talking about that dead millipede. Well, not everything. If it's a fucking cockroach, I'll kill the shit out of that thing, and I'll be like trembling while I do it, because cockroaches are the scariest thing in the world, because they're just like. That's like a cockroach noise. But the thing is, they don't make any fucking noise. They're the silent killer. They come up behind you and they're like, hey, how's it going? Only they don't say anything. They just skitter up your arm or down your leg or into your bed. I've never found a cockroach in my bed, but they'll get you. They'll get you when you least expect it. They'll get you when you most expect it too. Because there was this one time, I was in a sleeping bag, and I don't remember why. But I remember it was something to do with my mom's bed, and she couldn't sleep in it or something. So she kicked me out of my bed, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll go sleep in my brother's room. So I went and I got in there, and I got a sleeping bag, and I'm like, if I sleep in a sleeping bag, I'm gonna be on the floor, and the floor is where the cockroaches are. And my mom was like, you'll get over it. My mom was like, there won't be anything, you'll be fine. I'm like, I know there's gonna be a cockroach, and she's like, there won't be a cockroach. And I'm like, alright, fine. And then it's just like, I wake up at like 1 a.m. because there's fucking something skittering on my arm, and I have no idea how I did it because I was lying down on my stomach, and somehow I don't know, I got up from my stomach to my feet without using my arms. I have no idea how I did it. I tried to do it again, and I fucking couldn't. Like, I guess I used my ab muscles and my legs to fucking propel me upwards, and I know I did because I was slapping the fucking bitch off my arm while I was doing it. I was like, get off, get off. And because it was really, you know, cockroaches are scary. They're freaking creepy ass fucks, and I hate them. I hate all of them. Like, I'll tell you more cockroach stories after I finish this one, because I've got a lot of them. They hate me too. They're like, hey, this guy doesn't like us, let's go fuck with him. Cockroaches are all fucking trolls. But I woke up, and then I go and I turn the light on, and my brother gets mad at me because I fucking jumped up onto his bed and I woke him up at 1 a.m. and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Actually, he was like, who are you? I'll kick you. Because I guess he thought I was like a fucking intruder or something. I'm like, what the hell are you thinking? But anyway, he was like, what's going on? I'm like, relax, there's a fucking cockroach. And he's like, there wasn't a cockroach, you're imagining things. So I turned on the light and I was going to prove him wrong, but then there wasn't a cockroach, and I'm like, huh. But then I look into the sleeping bag, and that little fucker's head, it was like he was peeking out at me. Like, when I was like leaning over to look in there, and it was just his little head, and he was looking at me, and I'm like, there was a cockroach, and that was so fucking gross. I'm like, that thing was crawling on my arm, and I looked at its brown little head, and it was just peering at me. I'm like, that was crawling on my arm. And it's just so fucking gross. And then there's another time, I was in my own room, but the cockroach was there too, and I'm like, So I don't want to go to sleep because there's a fucking cockroach in my room. So I'm like, all right. I got this wooden box. It was some kind of fucking game or some shit. It was like Shut the Box or something, and you had to, there were numbers and there was die, and you were like, when you win you shut the box. But it was like, so it was like an actual wooden box. It was perfect fucking squishing material, and I was like, all right, I guess this will have to do. So I squished the fucker, and then I pick it up, and he's still fine. He's still rearing, he's roaring, he's ready to go. I'm like, ah, god damn it. So he hides under my bed, and I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna deal with this? I go get my cat. This fucking cat, he'll do anything. He went under my bed, he fucking sniffed at it, which I thought was gross, and then he tried to bat it around. Anyway, he fucking played with it for a bit, but finally it ran out under my bed because it was scared. And well, it should be. My cat's a fucking thug, but I mean, I'm scared of him sometimes. But he went in there, he chased the cockroach out, and I squished him with the box again. And this fucker, he just won't quit. I lifted up, he was like, he wasn't in fucking as prime condition as he was the first time, but he was still squirming around. I'm like, god damn it, this is, I guess, does a nuclear holocaust, or not fucking holocaust, I guess apocalypse, does a nuclear fucking, I'll say a nuke. Does a nuke just fucking squish people? Because no wonder you guys would fucking survive. I was trying to make a fucking joke there, but I fucked it up like 5 times, so I don't know if it's funny anymore, and that upsets me. But the fucker, he was fine. He was fine and dandy, and I'm like, oh, you got blocked, bitch. He was fine and dandy. He kinda, these guys kinda look, do cockroaches have pincers? Be a scary fucking cockroach. But the cockroach was like, hey man, can you stop squishing me? So I did. I took the edge of the box and I cut him in half. And that was like, this was like at, I don't know, 11 or so, and I was tired and I wanted to go to bed because I had school the next day. And this fucker just kept going. He kept messing with me. Even after I cut him in half, I had to clean it up. And I'm like, oh god, how am I going to clean this up? And I mean, he squirmed for a bit after I cut him in half, but he couldn't go anywhere because he only had 2 legs on one side and 4 on the other. So it's like, ha, I win. But after that, he'd just be like, now I'm dead. And I'm like, I don't want a dead cockroach in my room, so I gotta clean this up somehow. And that took me like 20 minutes because I wasn't gonna pick it up. I had to go get the dustpan, and I had to get all his parts onto it, and I had to flush it down the toilet. And it was quite the ordeal. So that was a nice like 7 minutes of off topic, but relatable stories. So, fuck, you guys don't even, if you've never played Force Unleashed before, I should probably fucking tell you what I'm doing, because not only did I skip the cutscene, I skip all the cutscenes, but I didn't even tell you what's going on. I'm sorry about that. That's completely my fault. But, I went to Darth Vader, and I'm like, hey, I killed the old guy, and he's like, yeah, well, he was a fucking bitch. If you hadn't killed him, I would have killed you, or he would have killed you. I'm not impressed that you killed him, or some shit like that. And I'm like, wow, come on, Annie. You don't have to be like that. You could have given me a compliment. I compliment you all the time. Have you seen? You're like the height. Holy shit! What the fuck? You are like the height of fashion. He has like a chain connecting his cape to his body. I mean, it's not even like a little tie or anything. It's a fucking chain. That is badass. But the guy, he was like, yeah, if you didn't beat him, you're a piece of shit. But you did beat him, and I still think you're a piece of shit. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. And he was like, all right, go kill this guy, Kazdan Paratus. That's the guy's name. And it was like, so go kill Kazdan Paratus. But this guy, Kazdan Paratus, is way stronger than you. And I don't think you'll do it right. And can I fucking destroy this? Alright. He's like, he's way stronger than you. I don't think you'll survive. And I'm like, wow. What an asshole. I mean, how old am I now? I'm like, what? I must be at least like 20s. I don't know, 16, 20. Somewhere around there. In this fucking game. And I've been with Vader since I was like, what, 4? Is that who my fucking father figure was this whole time? So he's kind of an asshole. And he's probably been in my asshole. That was not as subtle as I usually am, but you know, you get there eventually. But this guy, he's kind of a dick to me, but it's fine. I mean, it's fine because I love him. He's the best. He's probably the best in bed that I've ever had. I've only had him, but you know my pilot's kind of jealous of him, and she should be. I mean, she's like, hey, I want to get down with you, and I'm like, sorry, bitch, I'm taken. And she's like, oh. And she's like, well, who are you taken by? And I'm like, well, who do you think? Annie. And she's like, but didn't he get like his entire lower half burned off? And I'm like, yeah, we work around it. And she's like, how? And I'm like, you don't want to know. But you know, you, the audience, don't want to know either. Fuck, I don't want to know, but I do. So it gets fucking intense. You don't. But anyway, back to the story. That fuck, I don't even. Oh yeah, I promised to analyze this. Fuck. Give me a second to get into the mood and kind of just look over, you know, head to toe. Alright, I think the first thing you gotta notice is that it looks like some kind of lizard person. Like, it's got. 1 second, let me take my hat off because it's pretty cold in here, but the heater started to work, so it warmed up. But the first thing I noticed is kind of the greenish white lizard skin, and it's obviously that this guy, like, they're living in a junkyard for a reason. They're fucking lizard people. What do you expect? They're pretty gross. What the fuck is that on his back? Is that like the Matrix thing? Like where they get plugged in and shit? No, okay, never mind. But the first thing you gotta notice is the gigantic claw, which seems to be part of him. It's like, I don't know if that's like a fucking, I don't know if that's just like like a glove you put on or what, but there's the claw, which I'm not sure what that's for. I mean, who the fuck uses, I mean, it can't be like, who the fuck would have a claw? That's not like a, like, you see stuff where sometimes you see people who like use hammers as weapons or stuff like that, like, you know, fucking machinery stuff that they just turn to weapons, which is, I guess, what they were kind of going for with this. But what the fuck can you do with a claw? It's a fucking claw. You never see crabs picking up like giant pieces of machinery and fucking moving them around and shit. I'm sorry, that guy was about to die, so I'll find a new one to continue my analysis. But, I mean, it's a fucking claw. What are you gonna do with it? I mean, I guess you could grab me, but you never do. I mean, how many times have you seen a fucking claw been used as a weapon? Oh, what the fuck are these guys? Get out. They're dead. Alright, we're doing some... I don't even know where we are, really. I mean, what is this place? Where are we? Why am I here? I mean, why is he here? Oh, there's a little face in there. A little face in... Get off. There's a little face in the door up there. This place is pretty damn weird. It's like robots and shit, and they're animated by the Force. Fuck it. He is a lot more powerful than... He is a lot more powerful... Fuck. Powerful. He is a lot more powerful than me if he can fucking animate all these fuckers all at once with the Force. Like, they got knee joints, they got thighs with Force, they got chest and arms and head. I can shoot lightning for like 5 seconds. I can do that. That's pretty much all I'm good for. Like in the beginning, Darth Vader was like, I sent someone far more powerful than you here. And like, is that how fucking suck Jedi are? Like, if I'm far more powerful than my daddy, why am I such a bitch? Is it because I'm playing? It might be just because I'm playing and I'm a bitch, so it goes on. It comes over to my character. But you know, look at this. Let's count. Fuck, I can't even hit him. 1, 2, 3. So I can shoot lightning out of my hands for 3 seconds. I'd much rather be able to create a fucking robot army. Like, look how big this guy is. He's got a superheated, like, fucking lava rock as a weapon. That's way better than a claw. Who would use a claw? Like, and these guys are fighting claw guys, and it's pretty obvious I didn't go to fucking busy. That I didn't do that in episode 4 either, and I gotta apologize for that. Give me a second, just let me kill this guy, and I'll take care of it. Don't you worry. I even said in episode 4 that I would learn from my mistakes, which that's the thing when you're recording stuff out of order. Yeah, fuck you, I'm busy. Sorry, man, my fault. But it's like when you're recording things out of order, you say things, and then later on, if you say you won't do a thing, but then you accidentally do that thing, it'll be like, oh, haha, I can maybe make a joke out of this. But the problem is, I said it, but you don't know I've said it yet. It's upsetting. So next Monday, you will understand what the fuck I'm talking about. But for right now, don't you worry your pretty little heads about it. And don't worry, all of you are very pretty. I'm sure all of you are very pretty. I mean, I think you're actually the most pretty out of anyone. The prettiest? Yeah, you are. You personally are the prettiest person I'm sure I will ever know. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart to the top of my heart. My entire heart. But back to the game. We're still, I think we're almost to the end, but I still have to find another fucking pincer guy so I can finish my analysis, because I was playing around with him too much and I accidentally killed him. That reminds me of a fucking article I read about this guy like he was trying to test if we didn't have sun, what would the world be like, or what would we be like, and like would we still have days and shit. And if you care at all, we do. Like, our bodies have an internal clock or something, and it's like, hey, the day's still around 24 hours or something like that. You sleep and you eat. You wake up and sleep every 24 hours or so, even without sunlight or anything. So that was kind of interesting. But the guy was like in a cave alone for 6 months, and his only friend, like, he started to go insane or something, and his only friend became like a little mouse that started eating his supplies, and he tried to capture the mouse, kind of like how I tried to capture that Rhodian Ripper, and he fucking killed it. So I think that actually sunk him into a depression, and I think he tried to kill himself or something because he killed that mouse. It's kind of fucking sad though, because he's like, hey, I'm gonna trap you and you're gonna be my pet, but then he fucking kills it. It's like that story that I had to read in fucking freshman year, of Mice and Men. It's also a band. I hear it's pretty good, but I've never listened to anything they've ever done. So fuck if I know. I am not entitled to give opinions right now. But fucking we're killing the guy. I got nothing right now. But see, I can do shit like that and it won't do anything to my force at all. But pushing a door open pretty much takes it all the way down, or halfway down, because those last three I didn't really need them. Holocron. I don't fucking need the holocrons. What am I thinking? So we're coming to the end. Did I go up an elevator for the last boss too? All right. You know, this guy's kind of like a cockroach too. He's like fucking Smeagol had a baby with Dr. Octopus. He's really gross, actually. Come here. Oh, I'm already engaged in left stick. Alright. I'm engaged in a force lock. I wonder if I can analyze this guy. Where'd he go? Come here, you bitch. Where did you go? Alright. Come here. Come here. Alright, he's kind of... Oh. Oh. I'm stronger than you, Smeagol. Fuck out. Alright. Let's kind of take a peek. Jesus Christ, can I pick him up, please? That did nothing. Like, the fucking lightning shield. What? I never really knew what it... Like, what the fuck does it do? It's just a waste of time. And you have to kill 500 enemies with that for an achievement. That's the last achievement I got in this game. It took me a couple days, actually, because it was just boring. I just went to the first level and I killed like 6... I could only kill like 6 stormtroopers with all of my force every time. And it was really annoying, so I just have to wait for my force to recharge, and I had to wait for the fucking stormtroopers to get back. I'd be like, hey, lightning shield, and I'd do it again. And I kept doing that until I killed 500 of them, and that was awful. Get out of here. What are you doing? Alright, so, I guess back to the battle. Fucking... I don't really have that much to talk about. This is kind of spur of the moment thing. Like, usually when I do a Let's Play, it's like Saturday night, and I have all week to think of things to talk about, which is pretty good because I do about 3 Let's Plays a night on Saturdays, because it's like, alright, if we do these 3, then we'll have 3 to release the following week, and so on and so forth, and I do that every week. And then it goes like, hey, there I go, I'm done. So after I do that, I wait till next Saturday to do more Max Plays. But this time, tonight, I'm doing it on a Wednesday because I figured, well, I was supposed to upload a video tonight, but since my fucking editor doesn't want to work, and even if it did work, it would take a couple, like, because my computer's old as dicks, it would take a couple days to render it anyway, so I guess I'll just record tonight, and that's what I'm fucking doing. But, so, anyway, I'm, like, almost done, even though this is episode 2, I'm almost done with my, Force Unleashed, Max Play. I've got, like, 6 episodes done, so I only have to do 1 more in the story, and then, like, I have 3 DLC episodes that I guess I'll do, so I'm, like, halfway done once this one gets done. So 6 done. I'll do another couple this weekend, and then I should be done really soon. So I'm gonna need more Max Play ideas. So this is like the fucking worst boss battle ever. Fuck, I can't even talk. It's like the worst boss battle ever. Worst boss battle ever, and I apologize for that. But there's not much I can do about it. I mean, I just lightning him, then he runs away like a bitch, and I have to kill his little junk type. But to you guys, if you have sorry about that, if you want me to play, if you want to see a Max Play in any of these games, I'll do it for you. Fuck, if you want to see a Max Play of Hannah the movie, that's Hannah Montana the movie, if you want to see that, that's easy achievements if you want to go pick it up. If you want to see a Hannah Montana the movie Max Play, that is an awful game, and I would never recommend playing it, but for you guys, I would do it. I would play it. I would purchase 100 articles of clothing for you, and I will commentate over it, and I will receive over 100 points on the Frog Hop game at the fair, and I will finish fixing the chicken coop for Travis, all of these, and I'll even perform the hoedown throwdown at Meadow Hall, all of these things, all of them for you. And I'll ride the horse named Blue Jeans. I'll even do that. I'll do anything for you. Don't you worry, because I'm always going to be here for you. So if you want anything, don't worry. I'm here. No, I'm just fucking scouring my mind for things to talk about to finish this up. So, Walking Dead came back. I don't watch that show, though. The only show I really watch is... I don't watch much TV at all. I watch Game of Thrones a lot. And that's pretty much it. But that doesn't come back till like March or something. So that's kind of sad. But speaking you can actually kind of compare this game to Game of Thrones, really. Like the books and shit, because in the beginning you go to Kashyyyk and you're like, hey, you're fucking quelling the rebellion, which is like Eddard Stark quelling. If you fucking, I don't remember if they touch upon this in the book, in the fucking show, but in the books, if you read books, it's like, hey, Eddard Stark came and he beat the shit out of. Oh, alright, Darth Vader is Eddard Stark. And the Jedi you kick the shit out of in the prologue, he's Theon Greyjoy. And you beat the shit out of him, and you quell his rebellion, and then I'm getting the shit beat out of me, and then you take his son hostage. So that's kind of what happened here. So, I'm Theon Greyjoy. Fuck. If I had to be a character from Game of Thrones, couldn't I have been like Jon Snow? Jon Snow's a badass. But instead, I'm stuck being fucking Theon Greyjoy, who is, I mean, he got his balls chopped off. Spoiler for season 3 of Game of Thrones. That doesn't happen in the books, but you know, he still gets his ass kicked in the books too. He gets fucking everything cut to pieces. But I like it in the show because he gets his balls chopped off. And Theon Greyjoy is kind of a bitch. I don't like him. But this fucking roach guy here is sorry because he's failed it again. I've got shit all over my face. And yeah, so Theon Greyjoy and Hannah Montana. That's pretty much the basis of this episode. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead, like, subscribe.
I'm done here.
Even if you didn't enjoy it, wait till around episode 4 or so, because I really like that one. So like and subscribe anyway if you didn't enjoy it and you got this far in. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at MaxPlay, and I'll tweet when new videos come out, and I'll tweet if I ever can't make a video or something. I'm like, hey guys, I have this lame ass excuse, and you probably all hate me, and you should all hate me. And, I mean, I'm obligated to do this for you. I mean, I have to. Like, you guys deserve this. You deserve to take up my time so I can do this. But, you know, don't worry about it. Don't worry. I should be on time if a fucking video doesn't work. Unless a fucking video doesn't work and I'm just like, hey, I want to edit this, but I can't. But don't worry, guys. God damn it. I didn't get to analyze another Rhodian Ripper. But anyway, guys, follow me on Twitter at MaxPlay, like and subscribe. At least stick around to like, what the fuck? Enemies defeated, Kazdan Paratus 2. Alright? But, you know, stick around a bit. At least till episode 4. Episode 4 kind of picks up. See, but that's kind of the upside. I can be like, hey, look forward to these episodes because it's like I've already done them, so you know, it's pretty good. So episode 4, episode 3, quite frankly, you don't have to watch because it's shit levels. Like it's Felucia and like, which is just an awful level overall. That's the 2 levels after that, which are also pretty bad because they're pretty much cutscenes that you play. They're like 7 minutes long each, and it's just like, god damn it. So I bundled those all together, and I just bitched about Pokemon because I got it like a couple weekends ago when I did the MaxPlay. And I was just like, hey, I'm just going to talk about Pokemon all the time. So you're not obligated. You don't have to watch that at all. Like, you can if you want, if you like Pokemon, or if you don't and you just want to learn about Pokemon. I talk about that most of the time. But other than that, stick around for episode 4 and 5 and 6. Those are pretty good. I enjoy those. Episode 7 should be coming. I should be doing episode 7 too soon. And I'm going to throw in a couple. I'm going to stay tuned because if you don't like this Force Unleashed MaxPlay that much, I'm going to be throwing in some standalone things just so I can kind of end Force Unleashed on a Friday instead of Monday. So look out for some standalone Let's Plays where I'm just going to play a game for fun and I don't really expect to come back to it again. But that's pretty much it. And I hope you guys had fun. I had a pretty good time overall. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you soon.